We're not late. You're late.
I'm Tom.
You're all late.
Johnny John John.
I hit the wrong button.
Oh, baby. We here.
We're still
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is G. Epi. Yes. We got a little Starbucks there this morning.
And you've been excommunicated. Yes.
Oh, I don't think I've seen you drink Starbucks.
Yeah, well, I never do. I had to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and take Will to the airport so he could return home. And I woke up like at 1.
Yep.
And then I knew I had to get up earlier, and then I couldn't go back to sleep because I was thinking about how I need to get back to sleep because I got to get up early.
Yep.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself on the way home and grab some Starbucks. I haven't had Starbucks for a while.
Treat yourself.
Because I brew my own coffee here.
I was going to say, yeah, there's a coffee maestro.
I'm the coffee. The third quarter of the stream was basically just everybody pitching me names for my next coffee.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I think I just did the best business move ever. You guys are giving me money to tell me names for my next coffee that should make me money. I'm a genius, is what I said.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious because you're a believer, but that's a wrestling thing. That was a wrestling thing.
Now it's a football thing.
Bo Dallas, who's now Uncle Howdy.
Jesus Christ Nix.
That's his middle name is Jesus Christ?
Might be.
Interesting.
A lot of wacky names in the league, Tom.
Oh, Perny, are you doing winners and losers preseason?
Yeah. I do a stock up, stock down. It's the same thing. I did stock up, stock down last year. So finishing that script, that'll be up later today for week 1.
Got you. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, hopefully things are good. Some downstairs pain no good.
Ooh.
Downstairs pain no good.
The
Upstairs pain.
testicles, the taint, the sphincter, the shaft, the head, the groin itself, the urethra. Caleb, I want details, my friend.
I want to know. Oh, yes, we do. So we got tagged in this so much on Twitter, which I am so appreciative of. But yes, unfortunately, there has been a loss in the community, in that the man behind this wonderful clip that we have been playing for quite some time has passed away.
Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
May you have a succulent Chinese meal
Yeah.
wherever you are, my friend. That's seriously, we got tagged in it a ton. And I was like, damn, you know what? Like, that's I mean, obviously this is a meme far beyond GPS and has been a meme far beyond GPS. But to see it like leak into the football community and people like showing their respect for it too, even like, it's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and wasn't it not too long ago he reconciled with the police officers that
they had like an interview, like they had a video and stuff. Yeah.
When he said they didn't touch his penis or something.
He's like, I was getting arrested and I could just say whatever I want because I was getting arrested.
That was great. That guy is he's a legend. And
10 out of 10.
I say legend because heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
It's true.
Sandlot. Great quote. Great movie. I can't wait to watch it with Carmi.
Hell yeah. Oh,
but we had a lot of preseason action. It is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Games. Rookie quarterbacks playing out the ass, not like ass, out the ass. All the rookies look good, which is kind of crazy. Except for Drake Maye, because they said you don't get to play, Drake. Here's one series. That's all you need.
Well, there's other quarterbacks that only got one series, and that not a rookie, but
Jordan Love.
3 plays, baby. It's all it took.
I was watching it this morning, and I was like,
65-yard tutty to Dontavian Wicks. I was like, I'm good. They pulled him. I was like, yep, I've seen what I need to see.
What's stupid about that Jordan Love touchdown is the play before was a swing pass to Josh Jacobs for a 1-yard loss.
Yep.
So his stat line was 1 pass, -1 yard. 1 play later, 2 for 2, 64 yards and a touchdown.
Done. And so they asked Jordan Love afterwards too. They're like, "Are you disappointed you didn't get more reps?" He's like, "No, we got a touchdown. That's what I wanted. Yeah. I'm good."
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Because now it's just about evaluation. And you know what I do like, though, that for this, I know there's less preseason games, but I do like that there was a good chunk of starters. Like, a bunch of teams decided to play their starters, even if it was for like a short amount of time, just because, let's be very honest, it's just more interesting, in terms of just like watching like 3rd, 4th string guys. But yeah, how did good old Zach, did Zach Wilson play? I didn't watch it.
Zach was fine.
Okay.
Every Broncos quarterback played fine. So, that's a positive.
Okay.
Zach came in the Bo Nix actually did a series, I think 1 series, maybe 2 series after halftime. So he played a little longer than I thought. And then Zach Wilson was respectable,
Yeah.
Very respectable. But yeah, I watched the Jordan Love stuff this morning. And I was like, son of a gun. But I mean, Wicks, it was just a mismatch in coverage. He was a safety was covering Wicks, and he just torched him.
Done. I mean,
wow, nice.
It's been talking about this the entire off season, especially after last season, the route running of Dontavian Wicks, and he's been a guy who's like, oh, is he going to be wide receiver 1? There's a lot of stuff coming out about Romeo Doubs, and even Love when asked this question, it's like, we don't need a wide receiver 1. It's like any of those guys think they can. Like, you have Romeo Doubs explode during the Cowboys game. You have Bo Melton, who was the first receiver last year for the Packers to get over 100 yards in a game. Right, like there's just Christian Watson can be score 3 touchdowns. Yeah. So
and then Jayden Reed in there too, right?
Jayden Reed. I mean, God, he could take a freaking
jet sweep, a little jet sweep,
gone. So I love that. So I think that just to see Wicks and him connect really early on, I was really happy to see that. He got some good looks out of the guys competing for a spot or a little bit lower in the depth chart, but. Yeah, I am curious. What were your thoughts on Bo Nix and seeing? Because there's a lot of. Okay, let's see.
Hype, baby. There's a lot of hype today.
Remember the Titans, by the way. That's my.
Yeah, I think that's my answer too. I know it's a Disney movie, but it's it's a solid movie. It's a good football movie.
Great movie.
I also like Necessary Roughness, so those would be my 2.
I like that.
So. Bo, Tommy boy, we're so fucking back, baby! Yes!
You saw the quick tutty to the left side in the end zone.
Oh, that was a nice touchdown throw. Dropped one. When did Josh Reynolds drop any other passes? I can't think of 2 times in an NFC championship game, but okay. I've had time to think about this.
Tell me, Perna.
I'm trying to grade all the quarterbacks, all the rookies on a scale, okay?
Yep.
Because they all did nice things. And I feel like this is the first time, I say this in my episode, so I will repeat myself today, though, that we have this many first-round quarterbacks come out week 1 of the preseason, and every fan base is like, yes, all right. Yeah. We are going in the right direction. Caleb Williams, Bears fans are excited. Jayden Daniels, Commanders fans, excited.
Yep.
Michael Penix, nice throw. Falcons fans are like, okay, Drake Maye again, he didn't get a chance to shine, which is unfortunate because I think rookie quarterbacks need more than one series in the preseason. Get him comfortable. Let him make a few plays because that's what JJ McCarthy did. Threw it early, like all the Broncos fans out there tweeting, look at Sean Payton letting the Vikings jump in for JJ.
Yep.
And then you watch the rest of JJ McCarthy's game, and if you're in the NFC North, and you're grading fairly, I think JJ played better than Caleb Williams did in their debut. And then Bo Nix. I think JJ had the best performance. Just looking at the types of throws he made, he looked good. But Bo Nix, we're doing it to ourselves again for sure.
Yep.
Because
this is where it starts to hurt because you're like,
Denver Twitter is optimistic. Broncos Twitter optimistic. And then I had a chance to listen to local radio on the drive to the airport this morning and on the way back. Mark Schlereth doubling down on how right he was about Russell Wilson. Bo Nix is already better than him. And I think it's fair. Like, we saw good things from Bo Nix, okay? He made nice throws, made a few plays with his legs. The Broncos didn't give up a single sack in the game.
That's good.
Run game looked better. He should have had another touchdown. So it just looked good. It felt good. Watching that game, it felt good. And even Jarrett Stidham played well in his first series or two. And if you just go look at his box score, he's got a pick on there, but it wasn't his fault. It bounced out of Samaje Perine's hands and right to Indy. So Bo Nix looked good. He had two big plays that were aided by pass interference calls. They were the correct calls. But, those are big chunk plays that help the offense. I think we'll get a better read on Bo Nix next week. We'll see him start with the ones, go against the ones. The Broncos also kept their starting offensive line in for a couple series with Bo Nix. I don't know where Indy was at on their defense at that point, but I would say they had the advantage there. But, I think he stepped into the pocket a few times. He looked like he knew what he was doing more than Russell Wilson with Sean Payton. And it's early. It's a small sample size, okay? It's small. I know. I don't want to crown him yet, but he gave us everything we wanted to see, and now we fucking love him, and we will die for that man. We will die for Bo Nix.
Well, I think it's a mix of, right? So like what Peyton's saying, like you're happy when, especially the young guys, and if they're what you hope to be the future of the franchise, they play well. Like, it is preseason, right? Yeah. So it's like, okay, it's the same thing with I have seen accounts that are keeping track of stats during training camp.
Yeah, Will and I have been going on rants about this.
Guys, I love football. And I think there's something to be said that people that want to do the deep dives and do 100%. Yeah. But when I tell you that those numbers do not matter in any way, shape, or form, and I mean anyway, it's like, well, you could get an accurate. No, you cannot. You don't know what they're working on. You don't know what the play they're called. No. So we could ease off. You want to do that? Fine. I'm just saying it's not the most productive. There's other stats you could look into. It's not the most productive. But I mean, dude, yeah, you have to have some excitement because, if you're the Bears, right? Caleb Williams looked really poised in the pocket, which was everything coming out of school, right? Made some plays on the run, which looked really, really good. Yeah, nice JJ McCarthy, like you mentioned, looked really good. And these are all reasons to be optimistic about the team. But until week one and those pads are on and you're playing against NFL defenses, we're just not going to know. I mean, the preseason, it's we're looking for depth and who's going to make the team. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting stuff. That's why the Packers going in and Love to Wicks. I was like, oh hell yeah, that's the starters. We didn't go up against the Cleveland Browns starters, so I'm not crowning anybody yet. But I was like, that's what you want to see from a guy in his second year of play. So yeah, we're rocking.
Yeah, and Bo Nix fumbled the snap.
Yeah,
you saw Justin Fields fumble a couple snaps.
Justin Fields had a rough day. Yeah.
And Bo Nix's first series wasn't good. He probably threw a pass that should have been picked. But like that first series, you need the guys to settle down. It's their first NFL throws. And you're trying to evaluate it in a different way. And I remember last preseason, Aiden O'Connell looked like the dude. Like the Raiders might have found a guy. Like he had a very impressive preseason last year.
Sure.
And we all know it's just preseason, but you can't help get excited about it when you've been a quarterback deprived franchise. So yeah, Broncos fans, we feel good. We were watching Stetson Bennett play yesterday. We're like, oh shit, he has 3 picks. And then I was like, oh my God, he just threw a 4th pick. And I was like, holy shit, Will, he just threw a 5th pick, but it came back because of a penalty. And then Will was like, what if he throws the game-winning touchdown, though? And then he threw the game-winning touchdown for the Rams. And just one of the more bizarre preseason like performances. And Stetson, coming out of Georgia, didn't play all of last year. They never really said why. I think it was probably drinking related, but they kept it under wraps. So that was his first action in the NFL, really.
Maybe.
Spencer Rattler rushed for a touchdown.
Saints fans were happy.
Yeah. So there's a lot to watch this weekend. Too much. They need NFL Red Zone for preseason. I think I would enjoy it. There's so many games that at certain points things just don't matter. Usually the second half, week 1.
Sure.
But yeah, it's I'm trying, Tom, to not get too excited. I don't know how I don't. Well, I think I need Bo Nix to throw like a bad interception next week.
Just to
keep me level.
I get that.
You know?
I get that. Get that equilibrium back. I get you.
Yeah, well, Kenny Pickett had a nice preseason last year. I do remember that.
Yep.
Waterboy it's good.
Well, listen.
Water sucks.
Really, really sucks. It's true. Actually, water's great. Cheers.
But third guy on the depth chart. Now you're misusing information, Sean. He's not actually third on the depth chart, Sean. He was the 12th pick in the GD draft, and he's saving my city. Bo Nix will end homelessness in Denver. Mark my words.
I don't. Is that is he trying to do that?
Rent will go down while Bo Nix is QB1.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I don't.
Denver, no more racism. Thanks to Bo Nix.
Wow. Okay. I mean, he's got a lot of work to do.
Every problem we can't figure out, Tom.
But what if he does all of that, but he's not a good quarterback?
He will be good while doing all that.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I don't know if he can solve the wage gap. That I don't know.
Like that one. That one I don't know.
That's just
JJ McCarthy could be. But that's also why, like, I think he needs to sit. Like, he needs to sit, like, get those reps during the preseason, and then you have Sam Darnold come in, even if it's for a few weeks, and just see what you have in JJ. You know, they'll be looking at him in training camp. And dude, I was saying this before. Like, there was a little bit of a Packers Twitter beef because there are some folks saying, like, oh, I hope Caleb Williams is good, so like the rivalry can be back between the Bears and the Packers. And let me be very clear. I'll never hope for the Bears to do well. I'll never hope for it. However, if Caleb Williams turns out to be the guy, am I excited to see like an awesome division? You damn right I am, because then it's just going to be more interesting. And, you know, look at the AFC North, just like get better and better because of the division rivals you're playing. So it'll be really, really interesting. And if JJ turns out to be good too, you have 4 young quarterbacks like in the NFC North, dude, it's going to look like the AFC South, right? Like, I'm about it. The AFC South.
I want the opposite. Exciting. I want Patrick Mahomes to suck. I want Justin Herbert to suck.
Oh, I want them to be terrible. But if they are, then, you know.
I don't want any competition. I want the path to the playoffs to be easy. A cakewalk. No resistance at all for my Broncos. None. Competition's overrated. Competition sucks. Having to try hard sucks.
Well, Brett Coleman, I think he sent out a tweet, right? He was like, we suffered through the 2022 QB class to get to the 2024 QB class. Also, shout out Brett Coleman. Dude, I thought this was the coolest freaking thing. Did you see that? So he was at SoFi for the preseason game, and they were showing like his content like on the Jumbotron. Like, just as someone who has known Brett for a while, see how hard he works, the kind of content he puts out. Dude, like, that is such a surreal thing to be like a YouTuber, a fan of your your team, and just like making your content, and now it's being shown in NFL stadiums. So a huge shout out to Brett Coleman and EJ. Just like they're always doing great work, and that was that made me like really, really happy, because I was just like, hell yeah, man! Like that's a life accomplishment of like, hey, look, like my stuff's being played here. This is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I found it very annoying, actually.
All right, go ahead, Perna. Go ahead, Perna.
Just once, the Broncos couldn't hand out a Big Dick Player Award in the stadium. Not once, no Big Dick Player Awards ever. Mm-hmm. When the Broncos were good and everything I said about him was positive. Okay. Good for Brett. Glad they respect his actual analysis and studying in respect of the game. Glad to see all of his hard work rewarded. Not bitter at all. Do I think I should be on the Jumbotron during Broncos games all game? Yes. Yes, I do.
Don't even show replays. Just show Perna.
Yeah, no replays at all.
Just show your stream.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, somebody will think I actually don't like Brett, and he has been maybe one of the most helpful people in the sports YouTube space that you could ask for.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Goof, that's a great question. So yeah, I wanted to do a post game, but I unfortunately just did not have time. It's been hell. But yeah, AJ Dillon, so had a couple carries, didn't really get a whole lot there. But this is what I mean of also like not like jumping the gun here. AJ Dillon, if you're a Packers fan, has had his struggles about just like staying upright, being productive, ball run. Like again, he's had that Titans game a few years ago and it was amazing, but really hasn't lived up to that second round pick. And they brought him back on this like weird, funky 1-year deal where it's like little to no money this year. He showed up to camp jacked, like he looked really, really good. And when you finally, I think the hype of AJ Dillon was like, okay, he's in shape. He has a lot to play for. And then you see what happened in the preseason game. It's kind of like, oh, well, it's just the same old AJ Dillon. Well, I think it's a couple things. One, I think the context of those plays do matter because obviously you want to see AJ do better. And when Emmanuel Wilson came in, like he played really, really well. He had some nice runs. But I'm not going to judge it just based off of those carries because I think it was a small sample size. Does he need to do better than that? 1,000,000,000%. And if Emmanuel Wilson continues to play well, I would not be surprised if he like jumps him on the depth chart, but we're too early to get to that point. You know what I mean? So if you see AJ Dillon play more next week and maybe even like week 3, and he still is looking like that, then, maybe decisions could be made. But, the Packers currently have him on a roster. They currently have him, in practice because they see something in him and he's cheap. So we'll see if he can pick it up. But if he doesn't, they drafted Marshawn Lloyd, who unfortunately got injured with a hamstring injury. So it's just going to be a wait and see because they might need him for depth. Emmanuel Wilson might just jump up him on the chart, but we'll see.
So, I hope it works out for AJ because if it doesn't, I think he's going to set quads back. I think he's going to set quads back if it doesn't work out. And I am pro giant quads.
That's fair.
I don't want to see any damage done to beautiful, perfect quads, calves. He's got the whole package of leg when you think about it. AJ, just a great leg. You should try kicking.
Just see if it works. Why not? Yes,
did you see how dumb those Guardian caps look, Tom?
Am I the only one who doesn't care?
The helmet condoms?
Yeah, I don't care.
You should.
It's keeping people safe. Like, cool. So I get to see Jonathan Taylor in the regular season? Okay. I'd rather them look dumb with their helmets.
I don't want my football players being scared of concussions, Tom.
Especially during preseason, there is no way that I could care less. There is not a shot on God's green earth. No.
What I don't understand is why doesn't the NFL just design a new helmet that incorporates a softer shell?
Yeah, I mean they have.
Here's
messed
our
with it for
solution:
a while.
put this bag over your head. It looks like a burlap sack.
I'm not saying it looks good. I'm just saying for
it's
preseason.
I respect Jonathan Taylor having the balls to wear it because it does not look cool.
Because
I'm glad it helps, but it doesn't look cool.
Mm-hmm. I think Saints fans are freaking frustrated because they have not found somebody to pick up the mantle after Drew Brees left, and it's not getting better. And then they gave a bunch of money to Carr, who came in and did not do the best.
Stalled.
Yeah, he stalled.
They put a boot on him.
So, yeah, that's what I want to know. All right, there you go. Bo Nix solves racism, homeless, everything you said, all the social issues, but he's not good at QB. You take that? Perna's like, nope.
No, I want a good quarterback.
Sorry, guys.
Come on, guys.
It'd be better for the world, but
come on.
Daddy needs a quarterback. That's it. That's it. He could. Perna's like, I'd rather him.
Nope, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest city in America, Denver, because of Bo Nix.
That's right, because we're a podcast now. Promote. Bam,
hey,
bam.
We got links to the GPS podcast.
Podcast.
We got to get in the top 100. I think we can.
All right.
But yeah, if you want to listen to GPS, it's now available Apple, Spotify, wherever you do the old podcast listening. Okay, This is new.
It's true.
We've been doing it a few weeks now. But yes, as long as I remember to upload the episode every week, it'll be there consistently, baby. Very consistently. So yeah, give us a review, 5-star that shit, whatever you got to do. I want to be on the charts.
Hell yeah.
I know I said we were number 1, but I was lying to everybody. Just so we're clear.
I don't know. I didn't see anything. Was there any hip drop tackles? I don't think so.
No.
I didn't see anything.
No, dude, maybe the lamest taunting penalty
I saw
happened
that
in the Broncos game. We've got one Tim Patrick.
It's Timmy P.
Who tore his ACL, missed all of 2022. Tore his Achilles, misses all of 2023. Is finally back. He catches a first down and he celebrates because he's had 2 years of misery like this. Taunting, Timmy. I have never been so angry with the refs, Tom. Never.
Because it's Timmy P, too.
It's
that's why.
Preseason. And this guy's been through hell to get back on the field. So, yeah, he's a little excited about catching a pass. And he did one of these right in front of a dude. It's the weakest, saddest shit I've ever seen. Broncos had like 25 penalty yards on that first drive, too. So it was a little up and down. But, I mean, we were just happy to see Tim Patrick back.
Yeah, dude.
There's a handful of guys like J.K. Dobbins, hopefully, gets back, stays healthy. And you look at their injury history and you're just like, dang, dude, I just want to see him play. I just want him to stay healthy. So that was a big moment for him. And the refs took it away.
I'm sorry. Buddy.
And, okay, if the NFL wants to keep taunting, just make it a 5-yard penalty, too. If you get a second taunting, then you can go to 15. But come on now. Come on now. Hey.
I saw that Kyle Hamilton got a leg injury. I saw that. That was scary, right? And then Wiggins got banged up too, and Wiggins looked pretty good in the preseason game. Right? But it was Hamilton that had that leg injury.
Is he okay?
I think
I picked him to win Defensive Player of the Year just a week ago.
Yeah, it was a leg injury because he left practice with it. Yeah, they're evaluating him. Last time I saw
Harbaugh
that.
gives positive update.
Yeah. No, it's no good. It's no good. Yeah, Ravens, man, like, why? Just stay healthy. Stop it.
They had their chance last year. They were healthy. They blew it.
Healthy air.
Never going to forgive them.
Yeah, we don't want it. That's the worst thing. Just no injuries. That's what everybody's just no injuries in the preseason.
Yeah. You know, actually, the Broncos' offensive line looked good through the whole game. Looks like we have nice depth.
Oh, I could.
Got this dude named Frank Crum playing tackle. He looked nice. But yeah, the Broncos couldn't make splash moves in free agency. But honestly, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not the most dynamic team this year. We'll see. But we'll be okay heading into this offseason.
I think so. Dude, besides Packers and Broncos,
Byron, RK.
Hell yeah. Byron Murphy.
That's Bo Nix is doing. Air Force Academy wasn't even there until Bo Nix arrived. The reason we have a military, Bo Nix. What were you going to say, Tom?
Byron Murphy looked pretty darn good, too. Byron Murphy looked pretty good. They looked pretty good because he fell right into the Seattle Seahawks lap, and he's just like, nom. There's some guys that I was looking forward to seeing, and Nate Wiggins was another one because, like, I was like, oh, man, I wouldn't mind if the Packers grabbed him. But, yeah, Byron Murphy looks like he's going to be a problem. And, like, on that Seattle defense now, like, with a very, very good defensive-minded coach, I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be pretty good. Just saying.
I didn't watch Byron Murphy. I didn't watch the Seahawks. What'd he do?
No, he just played really well. His stat sheet is pretty good, but like he just made some really good tackles. He was getting good penetration too. Yeah, it was solid. Need words of wisdom to help push me through at the gym?
Suck it up, dude.
Noah.
No pain, no gain, dude.
Did the Green Bay Packers give up when Joe Barry was like, I don't want my defense to play? No. Did they give up when they almost lost to the Carolina Panthers? No. Did they give up when they lost to Baker Mayfield and his perfect passer rating? No. All so that they could beat the Dallas Cowboys in front of the world. You could do it.
You got 2 more reps in you.
I think you got 40. We got 40 more reps.
40 on the bench press?
40 more reps.
Oh.
Yep. And you stay there all day until it's done.
Oh, can we lighten the weight?
Or you could do 3. 3 is fine. 3 is also fine. Hey, Najee Harris could have a big year.
Wow. I didn't see it. I didn't see that punishment.
Guardian. Maybe. It could help. It could help.
I got Guardian caps for my hands. Old Adrian Martinez of UFL fame.
Yeah.
Threw a dime to UFL receiver Brandon Smith. Love it. Love it. Sorry.
That doesn't work for me, brother. That just Bo Nix just comes out. He's just like, oh yeah, Bo Nix, I'm just racist.
You said takes the Broncos to the Super Bowl. That's not guaranteeing a win. So I say no deal.
But if you guaranteed a Super Bowl victory with Bo Nix,
maybe.
But he had just
maybe
a blatant racist. You were like,
maybe. I'd kind of want 2 Super Bowls for that, but I mean, they let Big Ben win 2 Super Bowls.
Oh my god. This is where
Bo Nix will solve racism, guys.
Will he solve racism because he'll be like a super
it's a
racist
math problem, and
then like
great at math.
It's gonna be like Watchmen. It's gonna be like, hey, we need the world to come together against a common enemy, and that common enemy is gonna be Bo Nix.
Interesting.
Now we're that.
Look, there's nothing Bo Nix can't solve. You got to do all 3 on hip drop to get the flag. As long as defenders aren't gator rolling the legs, I think refs will. Yeah, if they just save it for
Like really
the
egregious ones.
versions. And there's like 3 flags a year. We can live with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Oh, decade went up fade! For the kitty.
I'm sure I will accidentally call him that.
It's week 8. Bo Nix, more like that's I already see it. I already see it in my mind's eye.
Big Nix energy. I mean, they're all going to be coming out.
Poser.
USA.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
USA.
Airplane.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's it. Appreciate you, Decade. Perna, I mean, you watched the whole game, right? I'm not going to lie. Leading up to Saturday, so I was at a wedding in Canada.
Canada.
Drove up to good old Canada on Friday. Good old about 5.5, 6 hour drive. Drove up there, right? Wedding time.
Sure.
Down Saturday morning and got back like about 30 minutes before the game started. That drive, I had a lot of time to think about it. Man, I'm so excited for football. But I'm pumped. I was like, I can't wait to stream. I can't just seeing the bro. I was hyped. Once Jordan Love threw that touchdown, I was like, oh, we're back. We're so back. We're so ready.
It's nice having like all of the stuff to talk about today to make a video.
Yeah.
And not like having to really think about what I need to talk about. Just be like, oh yeah, that was cool. That was cool. And instead of like searching, like, dear God, give me something, NFL.
USA. And now we're going to sue for that bronze medal. That's right. America.
Oh.
Litigation. Tom Cruise also jumped off a stadium. True story.
Thanks, Tom.
True story. They'll be sick in LA. That'll be cool.
Thanks, Tom.
That'll be cool. They're stuck in football hell because they refuse to just gut their team and just be like, yeah, we just gotta, we gotta like really suck. And like they might suck this year. I don't know. I mean, like they might suck this year, but they just need to kind of just be like, all right, rip the Band-Aid off. Like
what the Broncos just did.
We gotta suck. We just gotta suck. We're gonna eat all this money. Off. Yep.
We're paying out the butt on the cash, the cap cash, the dead cap cash. Drafted a quarterback.
We'll have videos.
I don't know if it'll work out for sure, but yeah, the Saints haven't done that. But
also, speaking of videos, an over 10-minute reaction video, Broncos. Put that out there featuring one Brandon Perna. God, that took so long to do. The best part is, Brandon, is I did not watch yours before I did mine. Like I did all the research and then I was like, all right, where am I going to like squeeze this in? So I was like, I need one line of, I wonder how other Broncos fans are feeling. Perfect. And then just that ending after subscribe.
It's funny because I haven't actually watched it.
That's fine. That's totally fine. I get it.
I posted it on my channel. I put it on the community tab.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eagles got Jayden Stern from the Broncos, right?
Yeah. I saw it, and I think Will was here, so I haven't watched it yet, but I will now.
You don't have to. It's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, I think like Caden is just like if he can stay healthy. And so the Broncos released him, and then the Panthers, they claimed him first off waivers, and then he failed the physical in Carolina. So he's a good football player. He might be a gem, a hidden steal. Just needs to stay healthy. But yeah, I'm rooting for Caden. He's like, it's so hard with the Broncos roster because they haven't been good, but there are guys that we like, right? There are guys we're rooting for.
Sure.
And Caden Stern's definitely like, he's flash talent. Yeah.
Perna, I got you. I want to just show you this. There's no context needed, but this is the ending of that video.
Is the ride over? Mommy, is the ride over? Please, I don't want to go again. I don't want to go again, Mommy. Don't make us do the ride.
It made me so happy. It made me so happy.
I have no recollection of even saying that.
I was like, I guarantee you Perna does not remember like recording this like at all. I was like, perfect.
It was on a busy day. I was like, oh yeah, I got to get that for Tub.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Maybe.
Byron Murphy.
Look up. Is it a hot take, Andy? It's just too soon. Besides Penix, but yeah, it's just too soon.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if you see some really good quarterback play. Dude, like I will say, not Caleb Williams because, it's still the Bears. But watching Jayden Daniels chuck that ball down the field for the D and then run it in, I don't care who is. I felt so much joy for Commanders fans. It was like, thank God. Like, it doesn't indicate if he's going to be good or bad, but just to give him like a little bit of optimism, a little bit of hope, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
They've earned it. They have been through the ringer. They've earned it. So I really hope Jayden Daniels is awesome for them this year.
Yeah, no,
I really hope so.
His throw was really impressive.
It's true, Justin guy. It's true, you are not wrong.
Big completion, NFL caliber throw, and then he basically just walks into the end zone for a touchdown. So yeah, that's exactly what you wanted to see. He only played like 11 snaps too. So I hope we get to see a little bit more of Jayden next week.
Dude, I remember vividly
Carson Steele.
I was watching that game it was against the Packers. It was Isaiah Pacheco came in and he was like, what? He's a 7th, 6th round guy. And he just was like bold. Like he was running like a monster. And I was like, who is this? And he just crushed it. And I was like, okay. So this is also like where you see some of those guys too, right? Like Emmanuel Wilson for the Packers. Like he's been on that roster for a bit now. And now, a couple years. Now
I hope this guy gets cut by the Chiefs. He looked way too hard to tackle, Carson Steele. Do not need that at all. Get rid of him, Kansas City. Justin Ross had a really nice catch, too, for the Chiefs.
It was pretty metal.
Although Hollywood Brown
fucked up
his shoulder, so
he got
that's
banged up a bit. Yeah. The car's just not that good. Yeah, he's not going to be. He needs more support, and the Saints just don't have that team right now because they need to gut their team.
Dude, this is Derek Carr.
Like when Derek you have Taysom Hill, and everyone's like, "Oh, Taysom Hill," when you just paid Derek Carr, it's not good. Sorry, again.
Derek Carr is the 16th best quarterback in the NFL.
16th. Okay.
On a good week, he's the 14th best. On a bad week, he's the 18th best. That's Derek Carr. Sometimes when he's playing as the 14th best QB, you're like, ooh, he gets a little better. Watch out. And then he just is always the same.
Ooh, would you rather have your rivals be bad or almost good so they have hope? Well, it's fun because either one is great because I've seen it with two teams. I've seen it with the Bears, right? Everyone's been like, oh man, like this is our year. And then just every year is just soul crushing. Yeah. And that has definitely been entertaining. But I've also seen it with the Vikings because when they won the division, no one cared. And then they lost in the wild card round to the Giants. And then they didn't make the playoffs the following year. So honestly, I think spice is the flavor of life. Why not both?
Yeah. I think almost good is...
Then they can't draft high.
Yeah, you don't even actually
coming out this week.
Appreciate it
11
one way or the other when you're that fan. Like if you're constantly 7-9 and you know you're 500 in November and you're like we got a chance and then you kind of don't. That was Trevor Siemian, Case Keenum, Flacco, that era with the Broncos. It was like that brand of football is way more boring. And then we were bad with more volatile with Russ and things got a little crazier. But at least when you're bad, you know it. So like, I don't think you can wish mediocrity on your opposing fans because I don't think they'll realize, It's I guess it's funnier for you to be like, they keep thinking they're going to be good and they're just going to be 7-9. Falcons are now hosting Simmons.
Another reason to hate the Falcons.
Ooh, he was visited with the Saints, went out to dinner with the Saints, and now he's letting the Falcons court him, get him, Simmons. Get him.
Get that money, baby. Get that money.
Dude, I really hope Kyle Hamilton's okay in Baltimore, but like they should sign him just based on how frequently they get injured. I want to see Simmons play for a contender. He deserves it. I don't know if the Falcons will be a contender, but
yeah,
you'd make their back end better.
It was funny going through the Broncos season again, and just like reading through like all these different message boards, like subreddits, just like Twitter, and just like seeing reactions to different games. And there was like 2 trades that Broncos fans wanted. They're like, get Jerry Jeudy out. Like we're kind of done. Right. Especially when he started really like just dropping passes. It was just like, just get him out. And we also wanted Justin Simmons traded because we want to see him go win a ring. Like that was the consensus. Like we love Justin Simmons so much, but we just want to see, he doesn't deserve this. But seeing him beat the Chiefs for the first time, that's pretty good.
Yeah, the Broncos just started winning at the wrong time. But for like those trades.
Yeah.
They just got back into the mix. And it's like, well, we should, like, if we're starting to win, we definitely shouldn't trade anybody. And then we eventually, moved on from Jerry and Justin.
Oh, other rookie thoughts?
Vele was out there quite a bit. And Ellis, Jonah Ellis had one. It wasn't a sack, but it was a pressure, and I think he forced the pick. I forget who was playing quarterback at the time for the Colts, but yeah, they both look good. I think the receiver depth chart's going to be interesting. That's a tough one. The Colts played 5 quarterbacks, Tom.
Yeah.
Will and I were watching. We're like, wait, is there another new QB out there? Like, who the hell is Jason Bean?
What to make a name for myself here.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen a team play 5 QBs in a preseason game. You just watching me read through that comment, Tom?
I really enjoyed you just going.
I read slow. I read at a 6th grade level still.
Hey, buddy, it still counts.
I read at a 6th grade level in 2nd grade.
12-hour drive.
Teachers thought I was smart, and then I never progressed.
Hey, buddy. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Yeah, but it's nice. I still wish preseason started like 1 week later. Just give us 2 preseason games. Start it 1 week later.
Well, that's what they want. Like, that's what Roger Goodell wants.
Yeah, give us just 2. 3? I don't need it. It was fun streaming, and I'm looking forward to streaming Broncos Packers Sunday.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, we had a good amount of people watching. It was a lot of fun getting back into the rhythm of it.
P. Ryan, did he not play?
He bobbled the pass right to the Colts.
Got it.
P. Ryan was nice for the Broncos last year. Russ relied on Samaje Perine late in games. So when the Broncos are winning games, if you go back and watch, when they're moving the chains down the field to get back into position to score, Russ is just dumping it to Perine. And we're like, why the fuck do we not get Perine involved earlier in the game? Like, let's get some more of these passes to Perine.
Yeah.
So I think he had like a solid season, but right now he's on the roster bubble. They got Javonte. They got Jaleel McLaughlin, who got quite a bit of work in this game. They drafted Audric Estime, Watson. I forget Watson's first name. Another running back. Watson played quite a bit. So P. Ryan just kind of feels like the odd man out. And then just this one unfortunate play is probably not going to help Samaje, which sucks because
he's good in pass pro.
He's a chief killer. He kept the Bengals in that playoff game. His beard is just immaculate. So if he does get released, I hope he goes maybe back to Cincinnati or somewhere where he is fully appreciated.
There you go. There you go. Because you got him, like, I mean, it was, to run the ball, but it was more for, like, pass protection, too.
Yeah.
And because, like, he's really good at pass pro.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
I think Javonte's going to be better this year. He got a lot of passes early. Greg Dulcich stayed healthy. So we'll see.
Perna, go join Levi's Fantasy League. I can't. I'm in too many. It's too many.
I do 3 through Patreon, and that is too many.
I do about 6.
And then I do underdog ones. Like I can't. But Jordan Love, I think he's a fantasy steal.
Mm-hmm.
He's available late, and just like, boom, I'll take Jordan Love right now.
Listen, MVP?
I predicted that. Him and Josh Allen share MVP is my prediction. Co-MVPs.
It's for when they were the Washington football team, Wildflower got created. So that is Wildflower Turquoise, WFT. And so he was always going to be kind of a hippie, like, hey there. That's where it came from.
Here's a question for you, though, Tom.
All over.
Do you know who else thinks Jordan Love might be MVP this year?
Tell me.
Skip Bayless. Does that make you feel worse about?
Yeah, why'd you tell me that? Why'd you? No.
Hey, Trent, I'm going to make up for it today, Trent. I promise. I don't think the Bears are necessarily going to disappoint. I just think the expectations for them this season have gotten very, very high. I'm just trying to bring it back down to earth a little bit.
No, Bears fans just overblowing expectation. Never.
That's all I was saying.
No, like I think if they win 7-8 games, and Caleb's the guy, that's a great season for the Bears, and then you just build on that for next season.
Yeah,
like that's where it is. It's like, okay, is Caleb the guy? Like last year, it was like, okay, there's an expectation that he's going to be good because you said Justin Fields was the guy, and then he wasn't.
Yeah. So, and we've talked about it a ton on this show, but it's like it's more about like Matt Eberflus. It's like we're not sold on him being the coach for the Bears. So
defense was better as the year went on. The Sweat trade was really, really good for that defense. But
yeah, and that's all fair. I'm not saying like they definitely should have fired him, but and it's just like I don't trust him to make Caleb Williams better. It's all about the OC there. And then if the OC does that motherfucker gone. Because some other teams would be like, I want that offensive coordinator. So,
yeah,
it's just, we'll see. He's got a chance to turn me, old Eberflus.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, the real answer to this, too, besides like reps and actually making the most of your reps, I know for the Packers, a lot of it's special teams. It's special teams and blocking. Like that is going to set, that's how a lot of like fringe wide receivers can find their way on a 53-man roster is by just being really good at special teams. So there you go. It's not, and that's what I mean too, of like why we're not keeping camp stats or like, track, because a guy might make the roster who you've never heard of before because they're really good in special team coverage. Right, like as a wide receiver. So they might have dropped a few things, but they're the far and away the best guy for special teams, like as a gunner or whatever. So I'm saying, 21 and a half hours nonstop. That's long.
This is, like people are asking like fair questions about like, how did this player do? And I respect it. But when you're watching a preseason game, I'm gonna just show you why it gets tricky. Because somebody asked about Devon Vele. And I believe he's the man who had like a tremendous catch at practice. Yeah. But like this is what you're looking through. These are all players to catch balls for the Broncos in this game.
Yep.
That's a lot of guys getting limited action, limited targets. You're like, yeah, he had 1 reception for 8 yards. Lil Hump, 2 catches. Estimate 3. They used David Sills played a lot. Oh yeah. August 20th, baby.
They called it out of the darkness. The mystery of Aaron Rodgers.
And I think
what this needs to be? Yeah. This needs to be a clickbait punishment. Oh my God, reading this book and doing a report on it.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to that regardless.
There you go. There you go.
But isn't it a biography? Isn't it a biography? I know, because Will and I were talking about that book, and I was like, is it a biography or not a biography? And Will said a biography.
So. Yeah, it is biography. Yeah, it is biography. Yep. Ian
O'Connor. Because auto's when you write it yourself, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And then I felt kind of dumb for not knowing what.
No, it is about. Sure I didn't know if he didn't write it. So no, it was this guy, Ian O'Connor.
Yeah, I think it'd be way better if Aaron Rodgers did write it, though.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy?
Stock up, stuff.
Yep.
Stock up, stock down on NFL preseason.
You got it. You got it. You nailed it.
Assuming I can stay awake. I am tired.
There you go. I got 2 videos coming out today. One's gonna be shortly after this. By doing this stream, a streak has been fulfilled. I have done content at minimum Monday through Friday without missing a day for 5 straight years.
Wow.
So we're put out a quick little video on that. Tyler put some stuff together there. And then finally, the last reaction video. I will have made it through all 32 teams.
Nice.
All right. So the Vikings, the purple incarnation of Satan. Just give me time. It'll come out later tonight. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Hey, Brazilian Broncos fan, watching Eagles, Packers, Sao Paulo. Any tips? Just scream your heart out, buddy. Just scream your heart out and just enjoy it. First game in South America, first game in Brazil. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's effing go.
I would get a bottle of water, empty out the water, fill it up with vodka, close it nice and tight, reseal it so you can bring in free booze. Try and sneak something into the game, Gabriel. Just don't get caught. A little booze, a little extra snack for yourself. A little, whatever.
But folks, thank you so much for watching. I think we'll be back on Wednesday.
I would imagine. Or you're out Friday?
This Friday, I think I'm here. I don't know yet. So Wednesday in the morning, I'm closing on my house.
Oh, then we might
be able to do it though, because they're coming here at 9 a.m. Like I'm doing it remotely. Yeah. They're coming 9 a.m. So I'll let you know. Let
me know. Well, closing can take. You signed so many things.
That's what I have said, and they're like, "Oh no, this is not going to take very long." And I was like,
"Oh, okay. Nice." I just remember having to sign like 100 papers. I'm like,
I don't know. This is my first time, man. I'm trying. I don't know, man. I'm terrified. This is so overwhelming, but it's okay.
Yeah. You're good. You'll be happy you did it.
Yeah, we'll see. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you have been navigated.
And you've reached your way destination, which is having hope again, baby. We're back.
Optimism!